Hi everyone, welcome back to Situationship, where I am discussing and providing you updates on the Ashley Gene's death that occurred on the Zuri Resort, Zanzibar in Tanzania. I want to focus on one particular thing. I feel nothing. And that's exactly what he means. This message has been there all along, but so many of us never paid attention to that walking billboard, that walking ad, that walking representation of who he actually is. I feel nothing. That's what he proudly wears on his head. And guys, as you all know, Ashley was laid to rest yesterday, and I remain gutted. I could only imagine what her family has been going through. And for somebody who has, in the not so recent past, experienced the losses of so many people in my life, I could imagine their pain and the frustration around the circumstances under which she passed. The fact that this man, who is supposed to be an important part of her life, this man feels nothing. And he clearly and boldly proclaimed it. But Ashley missed that. Like so many of us, in situations where we are often overwhelmed by false attention, by false promises, by pretenses, we missed it. It's written clearly there in his eyes. This is a man that has a very flat affect. This is a situation where often it's mostly schizophrenics that would display this kind of flat affect, where they show or they appear not to feel a thing. And it's been staring us right there in the face without him even having to advertise it. He feels nothing. And it certainly explains his behavior, his attitude, his alleged acts. And by acts, I'm not just referring to the Zanzibar situation, but to the line of work he's in. This is the kind of person, if you look into his eyes, you see absolutely nothing. It's empty. And because of the fact that nobody whatsoever, no amount of success, no amount of women, no matter how many he gets, could fill that void, could fill that emptiness.
that is reflected in his eyes. He feels nothing. And it's evident by exactly what he said and what he did on the day that Ashley was being made to rest. There's no way anyone with a great sense of empathy or emotional intelligence would reach out on a day with very empty words. Reading this statement he puts out, I feel like I am just barking at the prince, because it doesn't touch me in any way. The words are as flat as the expression in his eyes. This man feels nothing. And one would never get any form of apology or any explanation because of his arrogance, because of that self-aggrandization, that hierarchical class, that bracket that he thinks he belongs to, combined with the apathy, the dull, dead look in his eyes. There's nothing that we could expect from this man. His behaviors are definitely a reflection of the statement on his hat. In his statement on the day of Ashley's funeral, he said there are no words. He's right. He has none, because he feels nothing. So what can he say? But then he says, to describe the total devastation, emptiness, and shock I feel after losing my best friend, confidant, and fiancée, Ashley Jenny Robinson. He's right about the emptiness part. There's a definite big hole, a huge void that he has. But he has it way before Ashley's unfortunate demise. And his alleged part that he plays in her demise. He goes on to state, as a father myself, I am also heartbroken for Ashley's parents, Yolanda Andres and Harry Robinson. Ashley's death is an incomprehensible tragedy. Devoted fans knew Ashley through her charismatic online persona, Ashley, but the person I loved was Ashley, a woman who embodied the virtues of compassion, empathy, kindness, generosity, and love, which I believe he envies her for, because those are definite virtues, emotions, and the kind of emotional intelligence and the kind of character that Ashley has that he would never, ever have. So, jealousy may have played a critical role in her demise. He goes on to state, Ashley cared deeply for the people closest to her, which to my eternal gratitude included me. She fattened me up with her amazing cooking and had a great relationship with my kids. Each day we shared both quiet moments of reflection and the many joys of being in love with each other. Ah, he was so in love that he couldn't even help bury her. He couldn't even fund her return to the US. He couldn't even reach out immediately, frantically informing his parents or her parents. Her parents about what was actually happening between them. He couldn't. Yet, he had so much love. And he's eternally grateful. Yeah. This is a man that he's just putting words together, but he feels nothing. He feels nothing. The words, they are just bland. He goes on to say, Ashley was a loving soul. So much so that she called herself Lover Gal, as an homage to her Trinidadian roots. Oh my God. All along, I was thinking she was Jamaican. I'm glad she was Trinidadian, because regardless of whether or not he got the Jamaican bad words them, he did. And I hope got some of the Trinidadian ones as well, because I know those Caribbean words would hit home, regardless of whether or not he feels nothing. He would definitely feel those Caribbean words. Because that's one thing about these type of people, is that when you come at them with certain words, their pride gets wounded. It's the pride and the ego that slips in, regardless of whether or not upstairs the lights are on but nobody's home. They have selective feelings. So she fattened him up to allegedly contribute to her demise. We have a saying in the Caribbean that we fatten cows for butcher. In this case, this man may allegedly be the butcher and the cow, the bull, at the same time. And it's sad that all he could say right now is that there is no question that she would have been an amazing mom. She was an amazing mom to your kids. And it's unfortunate that in fighting, in whatever was done, for somebody who you love, you are not there to protect her. Instead, you are fighting with her on the resort for an extensive period of time that they have to intervene for her own safety, which was actually never realized because yesterday she was buried, or there was a funeral. It's sad that somebody who, despite the fact that she was fattening you up, there for your kids, you are not there to be her safety. So that one day, she could have experienced being that mom that she wanted to be. Ashley was an incredible decorator, always making sure our home reflected the current holiday or season. Hosting was her nature. So Ashley was definitely being utilized for her assets. And yet, for somebody that did so many things, for this young girl to go above and beyond to make you happy, you are not her protector. You felt nothing. Today you still feel nothing. And that's the thing. That's the nature. There are so many men that I see this same empty look in their eyes, where they are often fighting for their own happiness, but nothing in this world could bring them the happiness because they're empty inside. I hope that at some point that Ashley's memories would haunt your dreams, give you or whoever killed her sleepless nights, regardless of whether or not you could feel nothing. The fact that her image would be there, that would bring me some satisfaction. He ended off his message by stating that he loves her forever. You see, those are just words. Watch what they do, not what they say. I'm still rooting for justice for Ashley. And I hope that it's not gonna take over 10 years. I hope that this person would not get away with eradicating one of our most gorgeous, beautiful soul in so many ways. Justice for Ashley. We're gonna keep going at this. It's not gonna go away. It's not. Please, hashtag justice for Ashley. And make this person, whoever he is, feel something, if not emotionally, through the justice system. Time will tell. Justice for Ashley.
She did not commit suicide. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.